Hello students, I BALA SINGH from YCS Convent Senior Secondary School, Saurmau, Sultanpur. Students, today I am here with a new topic, glycolysis of class 11th. The chapter is respiration in plants. Students, in previous video lecture, I have already discussed about the respiration, what is respiration and differences between respiration and breathing, and there are two types of respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Okay student, and I have already discussed that the aerobic respiration completed with 4 steps or 4 process. Okay student, the first is glycolysis, second link reaction, third Krebs cycle, and fourth is electron transport chain. Okay student, and I have also told you that glycolysis process is occurs in cytoplasm and Krebs cycle occurs in mitochondria, matrix of mitochondria, and the connecting link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle is link reaction. Then after Krebs cycle, electron transport system is performed. Okay student, so here I am, the first topic is glycolysis. Students, glycolysis, the term glycolysis means here 2 points. First is glyco and third is lysis. Okay student, glyco means glucose, glyco means glucose, glucose, and lysis means होता है breaks down. Lysis means break down. Okay student, so in this process means in process of glycolysis, the molecules of glucose breaks into pyruvate. That process is known as glycolysis. Okay student, here some facts about glycolysis means this process glycolysis happen every organism of world. Okay student, second point, glycolysis happen in cytoplasm. Glycolysis process happen in cytoplasm. Third option, third point, glycolysis process discovered by 3 scientists, Embden, Mayer and Partier. Okay, so this cycle is also known as EMP pathway. EMP pathway means here 3 scientists works together, Embden, Mayer and Partier, so this cycle is also known as EMP pathway. Okay student, in this process, fourth point, in this process neither CO2 consumed, and nor O2 released. ना तो CO2 कंज्यूम्ड होता है और ना ही O2 क्या होता है, रिलीज्ड होता है. एंड द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, फिफ्थ पॉइंट इज ग्लाइकोलिसिस प्रोसेस कंप्लीटेड विद 10 बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शन. मीन्स इन दिस प्रोसेस 10 स्टेप्स glycolysis completed with 10 step, that is 10 biochemical reactions. So glycolysis completed with 10 biochemical reactions. Okay students, in glycolysis, suppose glycolysis means here glucose that have 6 carbon molecules, that have 6 carbon molecules, and after 10 biochemical reactions, glucose breaks into two parts. They have 3 carbon molecules. They have 3 carbon molecules. That is called pyruvate. That is called pyruvate. And in this process, 2 ATP used, 2 ATP used, 4 ATPs formed, and 2 NADH and 2 NADH formed. So you can say 2 ATP used and 4 formed. तो हमें कितने का प्रॉफिट हो रहा है? 2 ATP का. कितने का प्रॉफिट हो रहा है? 2 ATP का. It means in the process of glycolysis, 2 ATP and 2 NADH are formed. Okay student, NADH is a ATP currency. It contains 1 NADH contains 3 ATP. Okay student, so now let's discuss about 10 biochemical reactions of glycolysis. Okay student, glycolysis. Students, in glycolysis, which molecules are breaks down? Glucose. Which? Glucose. Students, here are glucose. First of all, glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate. Then after next reaction, glucose 6-phosphate converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose 6-phosphate converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, and the next reaction is triose phosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate converted into triose phosphate, and next triose phosphate converted into two groups. First group is 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, and the second group is dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Students, starting के 5 steps means glycolysis completed with 10 steps, and the 5 steps consumed ATP. 5 steps consumed ATP, and last 5 steps and last 5 reactions produce ATP and NADPH. Okay student, so here dihydroxyacetone phosphate converted into 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Then after 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, converted into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Then after 2-phosphoglyceraldehyde, and then after 2-phosphoglyceraldehyde converted into PEP. PEP means phosphoenol pyruvate. Phosphoenol pyruvate, and then phosphoenol pyruvate converted into pyruvate. Okay, students, glucose means in glucose molecules, in first step, look here, in first step, in glucose molecules, one phosphate group is added. Okay, student, so here one phosphate utilize, so here ATP utilize means phosphate हमें कहाँ से मिलेगा, ATP से ही मिलेगा, और अगर ATP से हम एक phosphate निकाल लेंगे तो ये क्या बचेगा, ADP. क्या बचेगा, ADP, and ATP converted into ADP with the help of hexokinase enzyme. With the help of hexokinase enzyme. Okay, student, hexokinase enzyme. And 6-phosphate same here, fructose 6-phosphate में convert हुआ, कोई phosphate नहीं यूज हुआ तो यहाँ पर ADP यूज नहीं होगा. Then after fructose 6-phosphate converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate means here also ATP used. ATP used means ATP used, so ATP converted into ADP. ATP converted into ADP. Then after triose phosphate and 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone dehydrate. Then 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde again converted into dihydroxyacetone, and the next process, 6th step, 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, but here one NADP, here NADPH2 NADPH form, NAD plus hydrogen ion, then formed NADH plus. Okay, student, here two cycles work bit together, so 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. So here how many NADH formed, 2 NADH formed. Okay, student, and then 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde converted into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. It means one phosphate group released. One phosphate group is released. So here ADP add with one phosphate group. So here ATP is formed. ATP is formed, and how many ATP? 2 ATP. How many? Because 2 cycles are 2 cycles. So here how many ATP is formed? 2 ATP formed. Okay, student, and then after in between phosphoenol pyruvate and phosphoglyceraldehyde, waters are released. And in last step, PEP phosphoenol pyruvate also released one phosphate. So here also 2 ATP formed, 2 ADP converted into ATP. Okay, students. So students, You can say here, you can see here the glycolysis started with glucose, glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate, then after fructose 6-phosphate, then after fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, then after triose phosphate, breaks into two part 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. Dihydroxyacetone continues the cycle and form the 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. 1,3-phosphoglyceraldehyde converted into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, then after 2-phosphoglyceraldehyde, then after phosphoenol pyruvate, and the last product of glycolysis is pyruvate. And in this process total 2 ATP. In this process total 2 ATP are used, first here and second here 2 ATP are used, and 4 ATP and 1 NADH and 2 NADH are formed. Okay students, remaining portion means link reaction, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain I will discuss in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.